Hey Flosstube, I'm Elena, the Stitching Farmer. I am here with you for my annual WIP parade. These will be all the projects that I am taking into 2026. But first we will start out with the finishes I have for 2025. So I also wanted to just tell you a little bit about myself, since a lot of times this is people's first time meeting you is when you do your WIP parade. So I am 43 years old. I have 3 children. I have been married to my husband for, I believe it's 16 years now. Our children, we have 2 boys and a girl. The boys are 13 and 9, and my daughter is 5. So she hasn't started kindergarten yet. Next year, she missed the kindergarten cutoff by 18 days. She was born in September. So I am a pharmacist. I work overnights. I do 7 on, 7 off. And so I get a week off every other week. So that's nice. I enjoy that. It can be hard though, going back and forth. Sometimes my sleep gets a little messed up. Right. This week I haven't really been sleeping real well. It's like your body thinks it's supposed to be awake at 3 a.m. So sometimes I have a little trouble falling back to sleep when I wake up. I live in Florida. I live in the Panhandle. I'm fortunate that I live 15 minutes from the beach, although you kind of start taking it for granted after a while and you don't go as much as you'd like. But we've been trying to go more because the children really enjoy it. It's a lot of work though, having to lug all that stuff to the beach and then back, and then of course you got sand all in your car and in your house, and so you have to vacuum everything out. So it's kind of a big ordeal to go to the beach, and then it rains like all summer long. So when the weekend comes, you'll get like one nice day, maybe in a month. So it's kind of spotty when we actually get to go. The best time is September, October. It is hurricane season, but usually the weather starts to get better with the thunderstorms. I have 2 cats. Their names are Koi and Mocha. One's white and one's black, so any color clothing you wear, you're going to have cat hair on them. But that's okay because we still love them. All right, so let's get started with my finishes. I actually have more finishes than I thought I would. I do like a lot of these small projects like this at work. So these are the Hands-On Designs triple play pillows. I had a goal of actually finishing these into pillows. They're really cute. But I'll post a picture here so you can see them, what they're supposed to look like. So this is the summer ones. So each one has 3 designs. And the pillows are like 9 or 10-inch pillows too, depending on which size you decide to go with. They're like, I didn't serge. They're badly fraying. I better get them finished before they like fray into nothing. Little piles of linen. All right, so this would be spring. They're pretty quick finishes. I don't remember it taking me very long. There was a lot of color changes. There's a lot of these like one stitch of one color. That was a bit of a pain to do, but I like the way it turned out though. I'd like to get them made into the pillows and then have a little basket that I can put them into. All right, so next we got winter. Winter was a big pain because of the one stitches of red. She said it's supposed to be like the cardinals peeking out in the wintertime in the snow, which I don't get snow. I don't know what that's like. It's in the 50s today and I'm freezing cold. The last 2 weeks have been in the 70s. So it's a big change to go. It gets down to freezing at night. But have you ever seen that meme that's like, it was the night before Christmas and all through the house the AC was running because we live in the South. That was us on Christmas Day. We had our AC running. All right, this one's my favorite. This is fall. I like the turquoise and orange colors. I had them, I ironed them, but then they got creased. So I put them in my under the bed box because I got tired of looking at them. Just mocking me, like finish me, finish me. But I just don't just not in the mood. I have to get in the mood to finish, and that doesn't happen too often. This is Plum Street Samplers. I believe it's called God Bless the USA, pretty sure. I love this border. I did it for the border. That was my favorite part, and I like the little strawberries. I'm not the biggest fan of eagles, though. I'm not really much of a bird person, but I thought it was cute. I like the way it turned out. I like these little hearts. This, I forgot to tell you, I believe that first one, 32 count flax. This one, I'll post it below. I think it's like Winter's Brew, maybe. It was the call for fabric though, and it's 36 count. But I always think that I recommend do 1/2 strands of floss, but I did 2/2. I always think it's a little thin. If it was 40 count, then I would have done it. All right, so this is Fall on the Farm by, I believe it is, I always get the two confused because it's like mom and daughter. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'll post it below in the comments though what it is. Is it cotton? No, I don't remember. So this one, when I started the year, I had these 3 done. So then I started taking it to work with me, and I usually could complete 1 a week. So it took me, 6 more weeks. This one was partially done. I don't think it would take the full week either. Some of them were faster than the others. I really like the quilt block here. But it's cute. I like it. I like the little animals, little pigs down here. I remember if I could tell you anything else. I like the colors. Little sunflowers are pretty. All right, so next I will go with my, we'll do the, like some of these, I'm considering them a finish, but they still need beads put on them. I think in the new year, I'm gonna do like bead 1 a week. Oh, let me show you this too. So this was hands on the design, was it the bee's knees? It was for the Lindy Stitches, one of her, I can't remember, it was the Spring Fling, that's what it was called. So I did this one. I think I overstuffed it though. I feel like my seams were kind of bulging a bit. And I didn't make, she had a thing how to make the pins out of, I think it was used perforated paper. With, you just take some of these elements, like one of these leaves or one of these flowers, and then you glue it onto a pin. But I just went ahead and just bought, I thought these were cute and springy. I just bought these from just another button company. Yeah, it's got a big bee there. I thought it's real cute for spring. And I actually finished something. So, this is part of the series by Nora Corbett, of the 12 Days in Christmas. So I still got some beading to do. It's got some big, huge beads on there. It won't take long to bead it. There's not a whole lot of beads in this one. Mostly these ornaments have a good bit here. And then just these big beads. So there's still a lot of blank spots in here. But it was quick, it was pretty easy. This one was a lot of fun. This was 2 turtle doves. And this one was it's just full of Krynic. Can you see all the, I got some better lighting today. Now you can see the sparkles. Like this whole bird cage is gold Krynic. Pretty much all this Krynic. The border is all Krynic. Lots and lots and lots. Basically the only things that aren't Krynic are the birds and this here down here. So once again, no beads. So I'll have, there'll be a finish for next year too when I get them fully beaded. These aren't heavily beaded, so I really don't think it'll take long. I just gotta sit down and do it. I take these to work, but I don't think I would be able to bead at work. My kitty's gonna say hello. This is Koi Boy. Let's see if we can get him to look here. He's got two colored eyes. No, he doesn't want to. And yes, he's a naughty boy for being on the dining room table, filming on our dining room table today. And I think he thinks I'm talking to him. And now he found a good place to lay down. Come on, kitty. Get down. Sorry for jostling. All right. Next, we'll do Bella Filipina. And once again, these aren't beaded either. Mermaid Coraline. No, I'm sorry. This is Mermaid Kelpie because she's got the kelp. Am I right? Yes. Kitty. Come on, get down. Come on, Koi. Koi boy. He's my cat that's like attached to my hip, so he always wants to be with me. Hopefully he'll go lay down though. All right, so she's got all the kelp. I stitched this on opalescent. Looks like the cat's been laying on it, the black one. See a little black fur. Okay. Here. See if I can just get him to sit in the chair next to me. So this one, she has Krynic in her. No, I'm sorry. I stitched her with Rainbow Gallery. So she's got Rainbow Gallery. Oh, I'm sorry. He's being frustrating. Come on, down, down. I have one of these. I got a new stand, so this one clips onto the table, and it's got kind of like a gooseneck on it. So he keeps bumping it though. But you can see all the empty spaces in her hair and her toe. So there will be lots of beads on this one. This one is pretty heavily beaded. No, 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 no. Had a hanging thread on it, and he went right for it. This thread right here from the serging. All right. Any advice on how to keep the cat off a table? He was being good and playing with his toy. But this is stitched on Fiberlicious. This is my jam. I had a piece of this from when I was in her Fiber of the Month, but it's also the called for fabric. So I just went ahead and went with it. This one is Mermaid Coraline. Oh, the fabric color is actually showing up better today. Usually it's really, well, it is a bit lighter than what it actually is. She's got the Rainbow Gallery in her hair here. She was a fun one to stitch. They didn't really take very long. They're pretty quick. So naughty. All right, so next I'll do my 2 dimensions finish. The first one is Christmas at the Beach. I still have my fabric sewn on so I can use put them into my scroll frame. Because dimensions notoriously known for not giving you much fabric. You don't have much, usually 2 inches. I like a little more. I like 3. So this one was pretty easy. It took me years and years to do, but it wasn't a hard stitch. There's a lot of color changes in the tree and the presents, of course, but like a lot of just solid stitching. These are I think these are all half stitches. I need to wash it though, so I haven't. So when I moved, I used to have some stuff that I'd wash it in, but I can't remember what it was, and I can't find it, so I think it got tossed during our move. So I got to buy some more, but I can't remember what. It's like a gentle cleanser. It's supposed to be. Hopefully it'll get this kind of like, I had a nerd shoop on it, so it kind of left a bit of a indentation there. I'm hoping that will get rid of it once I wash it. Plus I think I worked 5 or 6 years. I want to say it's not even that big, but when you have so many WIPs, it's like you never get progress on anything. sometimes I feel like I'm just treading water. I've been trying to have like just focus pieces that I can focus on. All right, this is my daughter's stocking. This one also took me 5 years. This one, it was an easy stitch. I don't really have anything to complain about with this one. There's a lot of, like this snowman stitched up really quickly because it's half crosses. There's a lot of French knots on here. This bow, I ended up making 2 pieces of cording and tying them together to make the bow. And I think it worked out pretty well. This was actually supposed to be left blank, but I decided I wanted to stitch it with white. I do worry a little bit about washing this. It needs a bath though. It took 5 years to make. So it could really use a bath, but I do worry that the red is going to bleed onto the white. I just noticed I can see the red through there. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm not redoing it. It's not really that noticeable. You have to like look for it. But you see what I'm talking about right there. You see the red peeking through where I carried. I really like the colors on this one. It was a lot of fun to stitch. I like this border here. Sometimes I wish I wouldn't have done these French knots though. I'm not real crazy about them. French knots aren't my favorite thing to do. I feel like only like 30% of them look good. I do worry a little bit about this fraying, but it might look okay in the end. So these were my 2026 finishes. So next I'm going to go gather up my WIPs. So I went through all my WIPs yesterday and counted them. And I was surprised to learn that I only have 30. I would have thought I had closer to 50. So now we'll go through the 30 projects that I have. All right, the first project that I wanted to show you guys, I just leave my needle right in the project apparently. This is Everflowering Garden. This is by Embroidery. I am using their hand-dyed floss. It is the DMC version. There's 2 versions you can choose from, and I guess they're different quality. So this is the one that's dyed from the DMC. And some of them do have a good bit of variegation. Like you can tell in these birds up here, it's like a pink and a purple there. This one doesn't, you can see some variegation, but I don't think it's too drastic. This down here, it has a good bit of variegation in it. But I don't think I put any stitches in it this year. My goal was to do, it's kind of like bands. And I kind of consider there being 5 bands. So I was going to do 1 a year, but that hasn't really worked out for me. So that is Everflowering Garden. Next up, should have brought my list. I believe this is English Garden Sampler. Let me see if I can find this pattern. This one, it's been a few years since I started it. It's stitched with it's all weeks dye work. Weeks dye work, it's not my favorite to stitch with. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, kind of like dry, I guess you could say. This is stitched on 40 count. It's a Seraphim Fabrics. I believe it's Jack Frost. Yeah, this is called English Garden. Try to get it out. By Sampler's Not Forgotten. It's a pretty piece. So one thing, so when I stitched this first flower up here, I just went back and forth and it makes it stripy looking. I don't really like that one. Then I started going around, and so they're much more organic looking, I guess. So I'm debating if I want to go through the hassle of taking this out. It's 40 count, 1/1. I love this border. And that's what that is. Sampler's Not Forgotten. All right, next up we have my tragic start on Treasure Island. I wasn't real happy with my fabric choice. It's showing up not very nice at all. Let me see if I can change the. It doesn't look the color it's showing. It's more brown, but I've just got the tiniest start on the end here and some of the border. And also ordered the needle. Also ordered the little magnet from Alforce when I ordered the threads. Geez, if you like order threads from the now, the shipping costs almost as much as the product you order from them does. I went on because I really like the new bird patterns. Like they have like I can't remember what they're called, like amethyst birds and turquoise birds. But it was insane how much, which I could always do it in DMC though. But it was just crazy. And my kitty is back again. Let's see what I want to show next. This one also has been, so I got this last was it last Christmas? And I was so excited. I got this one and the peacock one. It's a gorgeous kit. I love it. I've seen someone, there's someone on Instagram working on it. And she's pretty far along in it. It looks so good. But I was so excited to start it. I started it that night, like Christmas night. And this is all I have. I'm not even sure if I'm showing you. Yeah, that is right. Okay, because here's the stitching black on black is not fun. That's his beak, or her beak. His, her. And the nice thing about this is they have a QR code that you can scan in it. And so you get the pattern keeper pattern. So that's a big help. But I really like the border here. The peacock one is really pretty too. So I'd like to really get back to this one. Sorry, I've got headphones on for those. Very loud. These are the threads. Very pretty colors. It's got golds in it too. I can't remember. Do they make their floss? Can't tell. I can tell that the Aida is Weigart. Dandart Moline, is that the thread? Well, I'm not exactly sure what kind of thread this is. I think one thing, like, I haven't been wanting to stitch on my Dimensions kit is their thread. Like, it just constantly knots on me, I feel like. All right, let's see. What's this? Oh, if you wanted to see what the Owl Forest threads look like when you get them. Isn't this just so neat? Little wound like that. I had my Mill Hill kits. I got 2 Mill Hill kits. I'll be honest with you, I've kind of fallen out of love with Mill Hill kits. Stitching on perforated paper just isn't my favorite thing. I'm sorry. But this is Fall Beach. I really like the beach scene with the pumpkins. And this is my little start. So you can see where I've stitched part of the seagull and whatever he's standing on. And then my second mill hill is Moonlight Kitties. Okay, so I guess I stuck it in here. These cats are really beaded. See all the open space? That's because those are beads. Lots of beads. But look at how, I mean, I'm not like, I probably should like take my needle out of it. See how it's kind of damaged? And it's my fault, but you have to be like more gentle with these too. I found one that I had finished. I had stuck it in with all my cross stitch finishes and it was a bit warped. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the new plastic they're going to do. Maybe it will be better. I feel like those get damaged so easily. Okay, going for the next batch. All right, next I'm going to show you my Heaven Earth designs. I have 2 of them on the go. And honestly, I don't have any hope of finishing these in my lifetime, but they are there if I get the urge to stitch them. So I started this, it's been a long time ago. I want to say maybe, wow, I want to say 2015, maybe 10 years ago. And so this was before the pre-gridded fabric, before they sold that at Heaven Earth Design. So took this shiny, I think it's like sulky thread is what they call it, and gridded it. And oh my goodness, what a pain that was. So that's one reason I haven't really wanted to work on this, because I have to grid it myself. So these kind of projects, it's really helpful to grid it, but it's easy, you just pull it out though once you're done. I think, looks like I've removed some of these cross hatches here maybe. But this is a very pretty design. This is Josephine Wall, Peacock Days. The thing about Josephine Wall's patterns is that they are heavy, heavy confetti. So much confetti. All right, and then I just have one more. And look, this is back when Heaven Earth Designs would send you the kits in these huge boxes. I don't even think they do kits anymore. This one is A Stitch in Time. And this one is on pre-gridded fabric. So this is my, oh, it goes this way. This is my tiny, tiny start. I kind of regret doing this one. I wish I would have got the one without the medallion in the middle. I actually bought that pattern. I thought they would use the same threads, but they don't. And so I guess I thought like what I have done here, but I'm not that far into it. I could just take it out and buy the threads that weren't included in it. Most of the threads are in this one. They are the same. Because look at this. Look at this massive, massive amount of threads here. That's just insane. Yeah, that's never getting done. If I was to buy one today, I wouldn't mind having one of those Margaret Morales patterns because I love her artwork. But there's so much work, and I'm never going to finish it. So, but I have them there if the mood strikes me to work on a full coverage like that. This one is a hands-on design. This is called Costume Party. It was just a little mystery. I could really finish this in a weekend. All I got left is like, I think there's a pumpkin there. You gotta put happy. There's something down here. And I think that's really it. And then just actually finishing it. And I bought the, it's like a tombstone that it goes on. Okay, so let me put that in my I showed you pile, or I'll show you twice. This one, I love this pattern. This is a Rosewood Manor Halloween quilt sampler. I really like to get back to it. But man, that border is taking me out. So I've got like 3 blocks and then partial on this one. And what am I stitching on? This is the one that's printed on there. This white art. Can't think of what it's called, but it's like, so when I first started to, I was stitching on the back side and it's not printed on that side. It's only printed on one side where it looks like hand-dyed, but it's not. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called, but I'll post it below. She has a few patterns I'd really like to get done. All right. This one is like almost a finish. I really just need to sit down and spend some time with it. Maybe not almost a finish, but all I got left is this. This is Santa Stops Here, by the way. I actually put it in a cute bag and not just one of those plastic. This is a Mama Joan bag. So I've still got this whole section snow here. I haven't completed that. I've done most of the border. There is these little leaves here. I haven't gone all the way around yet. Yeah, deer and Santa, Christmas tree and snowman. But this isn't like full stitch like this part was. I don't think it should take me that long. I would just sit down and work on it. Let's see. This one I haven't worked on in forever. I think it was the colors I'm just not in love with. This is Coffee Quaker. Let's see, which way does it go? This way. It's a really cute design. Like the first I drink the coffee, then I do the things. I haven't really been in the mood to drink coffee lately, though. I don't know what it is. I've been bad. I've been drinking energy drinks. I like Red Bull. But I drink the little ones, the 8-ounce cans, not the big ones. Whenever I go down to the ER sometimes at night, they've all got energy drinks. And they're usually Monsters. They like the Monsters down there. Let's see. So let me, did I show you? No, not showed you. Here's a few more. This one I've started, I want to say it was 2018. This was this is by Lakeside Needlecraft. It was a stitch along. So every month you would get a house. And like I was looking at it, and it's by Shannon Christine Designs, and it's called Seasonal Streets. But I went to open up one of the downloads in my email. I guess I should have downloaded them all because the link no longer works. So if I want to finish this, I'll have to, I think they still sell the pattern on their website. And this is on, I think this is another Mama Joan bag. Yeah, Mama Joan. We should make a drinking game of every time you say, I need to get back to this, or I love this, take a drink. Because I need to get back to this. So this is Peacock and Pomegranate. I keep on calling it Peacock and Fig. Peacock and Pomegranate. And let me figure out which way the tail goes. So when I started stitching this, I wanted to stitch on a full scroll frames, but I didn't have one that was wide. So I started stitching it sideways. So I'll have to continue stitching sideways. But I mean, that's not really a problem, just turning pattern sideways. But I do love the colors. It's really pretty. And I was toying with the idea of maybe putting some Blue Rainbow Gallery thread in that. I think that'd be pretty on the bottom. Oh, pretty needle minder. Alright, so that is pomegranate, peacock pomegranate. Another beautiful tulip pink fabric this time. Mama Joan bag. I think this is my favorite bag that I have. Pretty sure that's tulip pink. Looks like her design. Yeah, that's definitely tulip pink. She has very bright, vibrant fabrics. Very pretty. What do we have? This one's another one I haven't touched. I'm not sure if I really have a desire to finish it either. I started back in 2018. The Horrific Halloween series. So I've done 3 parts. I messed up on the arm. I know you can't tell. This still bothers me because now it's not even this way. I put an extra thread in here. Now this is 1 stitch. I know it's not a big deal though. But I think that's part of the reason why I never finished it. I just got annoyed with it. But this was, I think this has 6 parts. It's a 6-part series. So Stony Creek, they do a free pattern of the month. Oh, I thought he was finally laid down. Every month they do a free pattern of the month. They usually have a theme. So they usually always have a Halloween one. So this is what the full design would look like. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, 6 of them. And they have little beads in there too. So here's little stars. Hopefully I have more beads. Oh, I do have more beads. Let's see, like, I don't know what they are. Tombstone and little circles. Oh, and then there's the skull there. And this is another one of those printed fabrics where it looks like it's hand dyed until you flip it over on the back. Okay, so what's this? Hold on. Here's another hands-on design. These are little ornaments she did that are beach themed. I really like that. I really like this box here. But I have stitched one of the ornaments. I really like the way it turned out. Got 2 more to go, and I got her the Scary Apothecary series too. I'd really like to work on that. I did start a couple stitch alongs this year. I think I forgot to show them completely on my. I completely forgot that I even started these. This one's the Lola Crow. I did not even finish the aviary. So I did decide to sub out. You can see a little sparkle there. So it's a Silk braid that I decided to use. I think I got 3 different colors for the brown, just to give a little sparkle in there. But I didn't get very far. Another one that I started was also started the Bella Filipina. I think, was it called Mermaids of the Deep? That's how far I got. Got this done except for the beading. I didn't finish this mermaid. I'll be honest with you, I don't really love the finished piece, so I'm not really sure that I'll finish it. I just don't like that the rock didn't get filled in. Just kind of gives me like it's floating out there vibes, but I mean, it's a mystery. I get it. You're not always going to be happy with the finished design. But I didn't like email him or anything to tell him I wasn't happy with it. I just, that's part of a mystery. You're not always going to like it. The mermaids are beautiful though, but I just Just don't love it, but so right now it's in timeout. Maybe it'll grow on me. Let me, so I have, where did I put? Let me go, I think I left it in the other room. I'll be right back. All right, the next one I have to show you is a Dimensions kit. This isn't a gold, this is just one of their regulars. I do, so I said earlier I didn't like birds, but there's a few birds I do like. And I like peacocks and I like flamingos. So this one is a peacock. And now I have lost, oh, here it is. I think I might make this a focus piece for next year because I am pretty close to getting it done. Relatively speaking, compared to some other projects. So this is my progress on it. I haven't done any back stitching yet. I'm probably going to regret that because there is a good bit of back stitching in here and in the wing and base. But there is a lot of half crosses. That should be pretty quick to do. And I have done pretty far down on the tail too. I think, well, I guess right about there. So I still got this left. And of course all the flowers. There's some open space here. I do kind of wish I would have changed out the fabric just because of all the open space. But it is what it is. A spot right there. Well, hopefully it'll come out in the wash. So there's a spot all the way across. And guys, does anyone know how to get, so I used to use a stand that had Velcro on it. And I tried to get it off, but it is just so sticky underneath. Does anyone know anything that would possibly get that out without hurting this part? I guess I could just soak it the ends because it's on both ends. But I might end up just having to cut. That'll still leave me with it's just not much. I wonder if they could frame it with it on there. It doesn't have to come off, but I just thought it'd be easier to frame, but maybe. Oh, this is a pretty clay by Kim. Little peacock feathers. All right. I've got like just a huge pile. We have a pretty big dining room table. That's why I came in here to do the WIP braid. Oh yeah, we're doing dimensions kits. So this one was one of those like unicorn charts that I really wanted. And then I started it and hardly ever worked on it. So the interesting thing, this one is very different from a lot of dimensions gold. If you hear that noise, that's my cat playing in the background. At least he's entertaining himself now and doesn't want to walk all over the table. So this is stitched primarily in three strands of floss. It is what size? I think it's 14 count Aida. Let's see. Yeah, 14 count Aida. And this is like one of those old. I'm sorry, I hit the. This is one of those old school ones where they give you the floss sorters. You just write down the names. Pretty colors, very vibrant. And another interesting thing is you can see, so there's like different borders and they have some unique stitches, but this one's like a Bargello. So that, and the pattern is horrible, absolutely horrible. Like this part, it's like shaded, and the different colors supposed to use, it's not actual lines like you expect it to be. So you kind of gotta guess like where to start staggering and stuff. But I do love this kit. It's so pretty. And this is my start. So I have gotten in, what am I on? So I have done the outline at least. I really want, so my plan was to do all the borders. So I want to save this for last because this looks like the most fun to do. So this, I kind of fell off the wagon, I guess you could say, on that part. This is just so much. But I wanted to get back to it. It is fun. I did start a little bit of the swan here. But then I was like, no, I want to save this for last. If I do that first, I will never ever finish. But not doing it first, I still haven't finished either. Oh, I didn't show this. This is one of the Nora Christmas trees from 2007. My favorite of the Christmas trees that she's done. I think there's like 5 of them. I have this came as like a, did it come as a kit? Maybe it didn't come as a kit. But it's classic colorworks, which is different from a lot of her patterns. Usually, she stitches with DMC and Kreinik and what's the other silk called that she uses? I forget. So my sad little start, I can't even tell you which way it goes. I think it's this way. Those are the 2 doves. I think that's right. So this is another one I really need to get back to. Yeah, I believe it's right here. It's very pretty. This part's real sparkly. It looks like there's a lot of beads down there too. Alright, so let's just continue on with Mirabilia now. Let me see where... Sorry, I was trying to find the pattern so I can show you. I might just have to insert a photo though. Here's this one. Can't find my September Sapphire Fairy pattern. This one is Ella the Frog Princess. She's pretty. But she has a huge dress. There's so much yellow. So not a great start. I started her, it's been over a year ago. Just like a year and a few months, I think. Can't remember the fabric, but I'll post it below. I got this fabric at Garen Stitchery because he's in Ozark, Alabama, which is about 3 hours from me. But sometimes I have to go up to my hometown, which out from Northwest Georgia, Calhoun, Georgia. And so it's a little out of the way, but it's not too bad. So I stopped there once and I picked up this fabric. Was one of the things I got. Real neat shop. He's got all his things he stitched all over the wall. And there's a lot of it too. It's so pretty. Let me see if I can hunt. Well, this is the bag it should be in. I see all the supplies in there, but there's no pattern. Hopefully I find it. I don't have to like rebuy it, but it's supposed to be my September Sapphire Fairy pattern. Oh, hopefully I just took it out and stuck it somewhere. So the thing about this one is that it uses blending filament instead of Kreinik number 4. So I've decided, let's see if I can get it up close. So this is the blending filament. It's kind of thin, it lays funny, it twists on you real easy, so you kind of have to, you're probably better off using a laying tool. But I've decided that I'm taking it out and using number 4. So let me show you the difference, unless I threw away already the number 4, or the blending. All right, we'll compare the oranges. And I'll just take them. I'll take them all out. so you can see. So this is blending filament, and this is number 4. And look at how thin this is. And it's hard to like start it because it just wants to come out whenever you loop around it when you're starting your thread. Compared to like the number 4, none of these are started yet. There is a color difference. I think it'll look better at this. So I got a frog. There's not a whole lot. Just like there's one stitch here on each one of the purple, and then I have done some red in there, so I've got to take that out too. I think I'll be happier once I've done that with it. I think I might have put in some thread this year. I want to say I worked on the wings. But this is for my daughter, she's September birthday, and I want to say this is Garibaldi Wisteria linen, 32 count. That is my Mirabilia projects. Oh, I got one more. I am doing the 7 Seas Mermaid, so I haven't finished any yet. But this is the North Atlantic Mermaid here. I plan on stitching them all on the same fabric. This is Rockin' Robin by Fiberlicious. She is a lot of fun to stitch. I really like very vibrant colors, lots of fun. I don't know where her pattern is, so I guess I'll have to insert the picture. I have the whole series already. So I think I should be able to finish up her tail though this week. I go back to work on Wednesday, and this is my current work project. I think I'm gonna go. He's back. Go back and forth on my work projects this year. Do one of the 7 Seas Mermaids, and then do one of the 12 Days of Christmas, and then go back and forth. But maybe I can get some of those projects done. All right, next up, I want to show you guys is the Bella Filipina. So this is another one of those little treasures. It's been a while since he's come out with the treasures. This is the Pond Water Nymph. She's really pretty. I did buy the called for fabric, which is by Crafty Kate. I forget what it's called though. But it's on Lugana, so it's a little lighter. But it's pretty. You can't really see it real good because I have it folded up. She's going to have a good bit of beads in her. But she was my work project, but then I decided I wanted to start one of the 7 Seas Mermaids since it was Nora November and Mervember. Do both and go for both of those. But maybe after I'll do her again after I finish that 7 Seas Mermaid, since I don't have much left on it. All right, next I'll show you another Bella Filipina. I have all his princesses series. This one is the Mad Tea Party. So it's Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I even have an Alice in Wonderland little needle minder. So the border, this is where I left off, was I was starting the border. It is all, I switched out, it's not Kreinig, I switched it to Rainbow Gallery. Rainbow Gallery is a little thinner. I guess still, no, I guess I went back to the dress. She's very pretty, I love her hair. I love this whole series. I was thinking, it's like trying to think what um, princesses are left to do. I was like, Merida, she would be fun with her curly red hair. And Elsa Anna, Rapunzel, she'd be fun. Oh, Tiana. Can't really come up with many more though. Put a good dent in them. I think there's what, 7 now. I really want to do some more on her. I can't decide who I want to do next after her. Probably Ariel. I think she's my favorite princess. Maybe Belle. Belle or Ariel, my favorite princesses. But I do love that Jasmine pattern too. Okay, let me think. What do I have left to show you guys? Kind of been trying to break it down a little bit. So I'm showing you like my fancy ladies last. And then I'll do like the my big chatelaine and Toto stitch. So I think we might be there to start showing chatelaines. Yes. Hopefully this is all 30 projects. I feel like it is all 30 projects. So this is what I started at the Chatelaine Retreat. This is the rice workshop. I used to think the rices were the hardest ones, but I've changed my mind. And I've decided now that Jessica's are after doing the butterflies on Toto Stitch, which I'll show you. I'll show you in a minute. So I haven't done any rice stitches though on this pattern, but it does have eyelets. They're real pretty. Let me show you a little bit clearer here. You know, I think I might have to start filming here. I really think this is a better location. But I did bring over an LED light instead of my ring light. I think it's really helping the lighting situation out. So I think I'm going to pause this one and save it for when I go back to the Chatelaine Retreat in June. I think I'm going to take it off these scroll bars and put either the Peacock Dimensions or Alice on there. Trying to decide which one I want to go with. All right, another one that hasn't seen much love is this is Mystery 19. I call it Arabian Nights. I think they actually have nicknamed it Desert Tent Stitch or something. I'm trying to remember which way this goes. It doesn't go this way. I believe it goes this way. I've actually done pretty good progress on the center of it. It's like when you start things, you know, I was actually doing it as a stitch along when it was released. So I think I got to maybe month 5, and then I kind of stalled out on it. I can't remember what drew my interest away from it. Look at these fun stitches, these Jessicas here. I wasn't real happy with the way this part turned out. I just feel like it looks a little sloppy. I mean, it might be a me thing. I just didn't love it. It looks fine from afar. Just don't look too close. There was another thing. There's a blue border around. I think I'll have to switch that out to gold. I need to get back to this because it was expensive. Like, these are very expensive to kit up. And did 2 of the insides, and then it just goes out like this. I'll pop in a picture though. That is Mystery 19. My other chatelaine didn't get much love this year. This is going to be Fairy Flower Garden Mandala. I'll pause it and take it out. If you want to know why my house is so quiet with 3 kids, it's because my husband took them all to visit my in-laws in South Carolina, his parents. And so they're gone until, they left Saturday, but I could have gone, but then we would have had to leave early. and I couldn't have stayed like a whole week because I got to be back to work on Wednesday. So I was like, I'll just stay home then. I've been getting some good stitching time in. So this is Fairy Flower Mandala. This one I'm stitching for my daughter. I really didn't get much progress on her this year. Got so close to finishing this fairy up here. Her face is stitched over one. But after, sorry, I should have grabbed my water. After stitching Toto stitch, those skeletons over one, I've decided I don't really mind stitching over one too much. So I really need to get back to this. I think when I get back the plan, I need to finish filling this part in. These are so hard because there's no stitching you're stitching over. You're just stitching in the open space. So you really got to pay attention. Like when you're stitching over things, it's easier because you can be like, oh, this stitch is right next to the pink one, or you got kind of got landmarks. Where when you're stitching in open space, you have nothing. So there was a lot of frogging on those pieces. But it is, the corner ones, there's really a lot. Like look at all the stitching. That one used different colors. Then you got little Jessica purple flowers in there. That's very pretty though. And you kind of got this lacy thing here. You got little eyelets. The dragonflies, I think there was at least 20 colors in this dragonfly right here. So confetti heavy. I think that's a big reason why I've stalled out on this project is just the amount of confetti. These, I think they're like hollyhocks or something. Maybe gladiolas. I don't know my flowers, I'll be honest with you. They are just so confetti heavy, and there's 8. There's one here, and there'll be one here, then all the way around. And usually her pieces, well, some of them are. It depends on what you're stitching. I don't remember peacock. What's it called again? The peacock one I stitched. I don't remember it being so confetti heavy. But it does seem like Versailles had parts. The buildings were confetti heavy. But most of it's not. You know, you just stitch a straight line. This is the parts that I love to stitch. I like the borders. These things. This part I didn't enjoy. Like this dragonfly, and obviously I haven't been enjoying that because there's not much to it. But I do want to get back to this because this is for my daughter. She's 5. And how long is she going to like fairies, you know? So I think this will be a focus piece for next year. I got her stocking done, so now it's time to get her mandala. All right, so this is my current, what I've been working on the most lately. This is my Toto stitch, skeleton fowl. I am in love with this project. It is so much fun. But it's no joke, y'all. This has probably been one of the most challenging projects I've ever worked on. But I've really enjoyed it though. So let me see if I can get you in close. Kind of get a close up of. So when I say this is what changed my mind about Jessica's being the most difficult, was doing this. I love the way it looked. I think it turned out so good. She's got lots of specialty stitches. Look, I did these last night. They were a lot of fun. I also got very frustrated. I realized on these dark blue ones, once I got to light colors, I didn't have them like going right. They weren't weaving like they were supposed to. So I had to remove all the dark blue and redo those. And then I realized when I started doing these out ones, there's one I miscounted on, so I had to redo it again. And look at this dragonfly, y'all. Okay, so compare this one. I've done 2 of the dragonflies. Look at all that gold backstitching. Now look at what they looked like before. You can't even really see like the pattern that much through the back stitching. Got the phases of the moon. Done most of the specialty. I've done all the specialty stitches on that side, but I still got one more color on this side. There's still more things to do. There's like a lot of vines through here. Also got to do the vines here, but like the stems and leaves. And then I'm going to scroll up to the top and start working on this. This is the anaconda, and it's wrapped around a protea flower. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I had to look it up because I wasn't familiar with it. But it's like Protea, and it's a flower that blooms in South Africa. It's a pretty flower, but I never heard of one before, so I'm not sure if the pronunciation is correct. This piece has lots of over one stitching. Well, to me, it's a lot. These skeletons over one, these little pieces. Stitching the metallic over one was quite the feat. Over one here, there's going to be a death head hawk moth in the corners. It has a bit of over one stitching too. Try and think what else I can tell you. A lot of people ask about kitting these. I don't know anyone who kits them. I know European Cross Stitch kind of toyed with the idea, but I don't think her and the designer could see eye to eye on something, so it didn't happen. But I got almost all my supplies from 123 Stitch. And I think if the Kreinik and the Rainbow Gallery were more available, I would have been able to get pretty much everything except for the Edmar threads from 123 Stitch. And of course the beads. There's a lot of beading. I got the specialty beads from My Crystal Idea. And then the Delicas. Delicas are pretty readily available. Fire Mountain Gems is a good place. Caravan Beads is another good place. For the Edmar threads, I think Garibaldi's Needlework also carries those. Sorry guys, my voice is wavering. I'm not used to talking so much. I've been home alone for like 4 days. So I haven't really just been talking to my cats. This project is a lot of fun. There was a lot of foul language when I was stitching these leaves here. I had to redo those quite a few times. Let me zoom in. Those flowers were a bit of a pain. I want to say these little tiny purple flowers here had 3 different colors of purple and 2 or 3 different colors of the gold threads too. I think this has been like my favorite part to stitch. Even though it's a pain, I did enjoy it. Like just the way it's kind of like a woven stitch. I think it's called a crescent. It reminds me of when I was in 4th grade. We kind of had a project where it was like we had a piece of cardboard with holes punched in it, and we had yarn, and we're kind of doing that kind of pattern. It kind of made that circular, like that, crescent stitch. But that made me think of 4th grade of Miss Birdie. Faces of the Moon, they're cool looking. All Kreinik, or no, Rainbow Gallery. I just want to call all metallic thread Kreinik. I think that's because that's what I started always using since I've started. My first discovery with Kreinik was Stitch and Mirabilia. So now all metallic thread to me is Kreinik. But I do like Rainbow Gallery. I find it a little easier to work with. So that's it for my WIPs. I'm going to go get a few things so I can show you plans. These are loose plans. I don't know if any of this will actually happen. I kind of would like to focus on my current WIPs, but I do get start itis really bad. So I might have to start a few things next year. I kind of like having 30 WIPs. I don't really want to get into like, I see some people that have like 100 WIPs, and if you love it, I love it for you. but that just really stresses me out having that many WIPs. I feel like I'm treading water. I'm not making progress. So I would even like to get my WIP count lower, but I really want, there's just so many beautiful patterns and so little time. But let me show you some of the things that are loose plans that maybe not start. Okay, so for last video, if any of you watched, will know that I asked about, started to kit up Pearl by Toto Stitch and asked if you thought the green or the blue would look better, and everyone said the blue. So I almost started this on Saturday, but I was like, no, and let me get some more progress. So this is like all the colors here. Because I'm only missing one thing now. The Krynic 002HL blending filament. I have searched for it so many times on the internet that I haven't memorized, but I cannot find it anywhere. And any of you know a lead on it, let me know. But lots of pretty golds, blacks, and whites. I think it will look good. I got the needlepoint silks. So this, I'll pop in the picture, but there's like black roses in it. So that one, I don't know when I'll start it. Maybe I'll start it next year though. That one has a lot of specialty stitches, so it looks like fun. If I finish Alice, I think I will start Ariel. She is just so pretty. These are so much fun. Maybe I could take Alice to work with me, to work on her. She's not huge. I'm just kind of like limited. I have to stitch in a 6-inch Q-snap. I could probably get away with an 8-inch maybe. So I've already gone through these plans, but if you didn't see my last video, next year is the year of the horse. And so this is the project I'm going to stitch with this. Fiber Arts, Amy, and Needleberry Stitcher are doing the year of the horse. So the horse isn't like the main part of this, the princesses, but I love this pattern. When it first came out, I really didn't care for it. I thought these little, I don't know what you call them, elves maybe? They're kind of weird, but they've grown on me and I like them now. So this is supposed to be like they're in a fairy tale. And look at him, he's riding a little bunny. But this is really full coverage. I don't know if there's any open space in this. And those trees, it's like a birch tree maybe. Can't tell if there's a lot of half crosses. This is probably all half crossed, most of this. I'm sure this is all full cross, the people and mushrooms and trees and that. This one I really want to start. I told myself if I finished my daughter's stocking, I could start this. Oh, I finished her stocking, so now I can start this. But I just love these colors. Very vibrant, blues, greens, pinks, and purples. It is so pretty. Oh, so I talked about this once before, how I emailed them to see if I could get a PDF, and they never responded. So I tried one more time, and they did. That time they sent me the pattern. So now I can stitch it off electronic pattern instead of having to stitch it from the chart pattern, which they do include with these. They do have 2 patterns. So they have one with just the cross stitches, and then they have one with the back stitch over the cross stitch. So that's a really nice idea. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's underneath those back stitches. So that one I might start soon. I think I'm only going to start one of these. And so I got the Legend of Freya. Maybe. Here she is. Look at how thick this pattern is. These are pricey patterns too. I do want to stitch both of them. I didn't buy the third one in the, what's this, 10-year anniversary. The one with the lady in the garden. I didn't buy that one. And La Katrina. This one was very expensive for the threads and bead pack. I'm leaning towards starting this one. Still haven't decided her fabric. I may go with, I have a piece of this. I need to pull it out of the called for fabric and see if I like it. It's Blossoms in the Mist by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Or I'm leaning towards what I'm stitching Alice on, which is like fall colors. This is not that yellow. It looks more orange in person. But I thought she might look good on it. But I don't want to have two pieces stitched on the same fabric. Not sure. I think this is like, it's called Every Leaf Has a Flower. I thought with like these kind of look fall and the colors are kind of autumnal, that it might look good on this kind of fabric, but I really don't want like, you know, two things stitched on the same fabric. I know I'm weird. So maybe I'll do Blossoms in the Mist. I've gotta place some more on Pattern Keeper. Sorry, let me. I was actually playing on Pattern Keeper today. The Pattern Keeper is this awesome tool that puts the design on different color fabrics. Of course, not every dyer is on there, but these are the three I was kind of playing with. So this one is the call for, which it looks way different. Look at that. The middle one is the called for. You would think it was one on the, I think it was this one that looks more like the called for. So that one is the Blossoms in the Mist. This one is Glowing Dreams. I think she looks pretty on that. And then that one is the one I just showed you, the Every Leaf is a Flower. I know blues and purples, what is it, like blues, purples, browns, and grays, I think are hard to show on camera. Something about it just doesn't pick up the colors. These colors may actually look a lot different in person. That's the one hard thing about, like, I don't have a local needlework store where I can go like actually touch and look at the fabrics, and you know, you have to kind of hope for the best when you order online and hope that you get what you get, you know, something close to these. But so often it looks so different, and so it's just hard because it just doesn't look the same on your monitor that it does in person. But tell me, if you guys, what do you think? Do you like any of those? Think she looked good on it? Kind of leaning towards Glowing Dreams, but she does look pretty on that one too. But it's such a, like, if it was just a fat quarter, you know, I'd be okay with ordering it and it not looking okay. But since it's a fat half, both of these two have to go on a fat half because they're both big girls. And they're just so expensive. But, and then if you don't like it, you gotta get something else. And what if you don't like that one too? And that's like over $100 just in fabric. But you could, you know, you could cut that in half and use it for two different projects too if you didn't like it. A little bit harder with the ombre. But, so that's what I'm thinking. So I probably won't start both of these because they're just both so big. So I think I'm going to start this one. But I do love the seahorse. They're both gorgeous patterns. Ugh, all these designers need to stop coming out with all these gorgeous patterns. I don't really have much of an, here, let me, some eye candy. I don't really have much of a life update. It's only been a few weeks since I last saw you guys or talked to you guys. I know I haven't really been showing my face lately. I haven't felt like being on camera. Like I'm just in my pajamas, and I really didn't want to. I know you guys wouldn't care if I put on nice clothes or not, but I just like to be more kind of presentable. But I've just been lounging around the house all day, so I didn't really feel like putting on a nicer top and putting on makeup and stuff. So I kind of, and I like this format too. I feel like I get you in a little bit closer to see like the details of the stitching. But maybe I'll do some face camera time next year. So I'm going to try to stick to my once a month goal. Maybe I'll pick a day just to like, this is the day you're going to do it. And like sit down and film a video. Just so many times I just don't have much progress to show you guys. I'm like, oh, it's going to be such a boring video. So, but I'm going to try to get better in the new year, even if it's just a short 20-minute video. So life updates, we had Christmas. Kids had a great Christmas. My husband and I don't really exchange gifts, but he told me I can buy myself whatever I want. And I said, for 2026? And he said, no. I said, you sure? For 2026? It sounds like a good gift to me. So what did I buy myself? Oh, I got some Just Nan patterns. I got the ball, the Halloween ball that everyone's been stitching, and the two biscornues that have come out with the frosty. I'll try to put in the pictures in here. And seems like I got, oh yeah, I got some threads for the pearl, the ones two. I was missing 3, so now I'm down to only missing 1 for the Toto Stitch pearl. Hopefully in the new year, things will get better with Rainbow Gallery and Krynic, since now they're just one company. So I hope everyone has a great new year. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. We are excited for the Stranger Things. It comes on probably by the time I post this, it will already be out, so we will already know the end of Stranger Things. But my middle son is really into Stranger Things, so he's not here when it premieres, so I'm probably gonna watch it without him. I really wanted to watch it with him, but I'm too afraid that it's just gonna get spoiled for me by the internet, so I might just go ahead and watch it. But I know the last episodes kind of got bad rated. I enjoyed them though. I thought they were good. I mean, some of the scenes were a little awkward, but I've enjoyed the show and sad to see it go. But I do believe 5 seasons seems to be the sweet spot for shows like that. Like my favorite show of all time is Breaking Bad, and they did 5 seasons, and I think that was just perfect. I think Better Call Saul did too. Really good show too, if you like Breaking Bad. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it sure is mine. I was so excited when we went to Washington, D.C., and they had Walter White's yellow hazmat suit there that he wore in Breaking Bad. So I got my picture with that. Or I might have just taken a picture of it. Like I was saying, have a great New Year's. Be safe. I will be working at the hospital, so hopefully I don't see any crazy things come through the ER, which I don't usually get too many calls for stuff happening in the ER unless they need something made for them. They're pretty self-sufficient down there. So I will see you guys. I'm going to try, my goal is to film at the end of January, so I'll see you guys in the new year. Take care.